Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo. This is the MeWe Metaphysics and Wellness Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm here today with Nicole Booker. Nicole, it's lovely to be here with you.
Hi, everyone.
So tell us, what is it that you do? What do you offer at our events?
Hi, I'm so excited for your events. I am offering the tarot card readings and crystal Reiki sessions with crystal Reiki grids.
It's exciting. And so I know what a grid is. Maybe do you want to share a little bit with people what a grid is? And can you tell me, like, how do you use it as part of the session?
Yeah, so a crystal grid is a sacred geometry pattern of different sorts that is used with crystals to amplify their energies. And with those, there are a few that actually are seen all over and in different patterns all over the world. This is one of them right here. And oh, there we go. And so what you would use with your crystal Reiki grid here is I would have somebody go ahead and be ready for their session. And then depending upon what they are looking for, let's say they're looking to have their chakras cleaned, you would take this one for the crown. Then you would take the amethyst for the third eye, and then you would put it at the top of it. So if you see here, you're using the crown as the intention stone. And then around it, where the circles are, you would put what are the supporting stones, the ones that are going to actually help amplify what you're looking for. So then I just set those there in the order that they're supposed to be in regards to the chakra. So then we've got, for the throat, and then we have for the heart. And then you just set them there on the grid. And then the way that that works is the energy from the center goes out as the ones around come in to amplify the healing properties of the crystal.
So does this go like under the person as you're working on them, or like how does that?
I always set this right next to the person because we're under the treatment bed right here. And then I have one that is a stone that during intake, you can kind of see what they're looking for and what they're gathering. I give them that stone for them to hold while we're going through the treatment. And then they take it home with them so that they can pull on that frequency later on.
I see. Okay, cool. And then, how about tell me about your tarot reading? So like, how do you know when you're going to do a tarot reading and which decks do you use and all that stuff?
Okay, so for the tarot reading, good question about the decks. So if somebody's just wanting to know kind of what's going on with their life or what's going on that day, I have Zen cards or more motivational cards like the Soulful Woman. So if let's say you're coming to me and you're just like, hey, I just wonder what's my theme of going on. We'll just pull a couple cards. I'll shuffle. They'll fall out. Boom, boom, boom. And you'll see with those three cards kind of what's going on with you individually. So I like to use those for more career-based or outside of self. I like to stick with the these decks right here, which are just the Rider-Waite decks. But this one is one in which it's done by a different author. I don't know why it's blurry. There we are. And I'll do a classic, Celtic cross or a horseshoe for that. If we're getting a little more specific in relationships and things of that nature, sometimes I'll go into a deeper spread.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, cool. And you did say you have a lot of decks. Do you only use some decks with your sessions or?
Yes, there are only a few that I will use with my sessions, and that is this deck right here. And then I will use one other deck that is in there. This deck here, I don't use for anyone because I had it. It was my first deck given to me, and since I was 19, and it has a lot of different residual energies because I do not clean these. The other ones, after I do a reading with someone, I put it on my Steelanite pad. That's a charging station. Like how I tell my son, how you charge your phone? This is how mommy charges her crystals, and then I set them on there and then I wait and then I'll do another reading. So I like to bounce from card deck to card deck for that reason too.
Yeah. Are there themes that people come to you with, like certain kinds of questions, or they know they want energy work or? Yeah.
For the energy work, I'm seeing a lot of people coming for stress relief. And when you open the heart and mind, we've all been through a lot this past year and a half, 2 years. And it's muddled in with, oh, I'm really stressed out, but I feel a lot of grief, a lot of confusion. And so a lot of people are coming just to open up their hearts and not be so hardened, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Great. And I got little tidbits earlier. There's a lot of other work that you do too that you might mix in with people at some
I
time. Can
do.
you say anything about those things?
And I like how you caught that. It's so individual what people need and what they resonate with. And that's what I realized is some people may do a card reading. Some people may be like, I never wanted to do that, but maybe they'll do sound bath. So the vibrational sounds of the frequencies of my sound bowls, they may go ahead, let me do that for them. And that gives them emotion or invokes some kind of opening into their heart center. Another thing I do is Akashic Records. It's not my best thing that I do. It takes me a little more work than most, but I enjoy it and I'm getting better. And very few want to know and are interested in their past lives, but if they need to be, I can do that as well.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
So,
and astrology.
oh,
I do
astrology.
charting, but I started doing
Wow.
that when I was 8, and I kind of put that on the back burner for a little while.
Hmm.
That was my beginning.
How did you discover? It sounds like your gifts were opening from such a young age. How did you discover that you wanted to do this work with other people? Did that just emerge to
Um,
you, or?
my husband, it did. He is the one that kind of was like, everybody tells you everything all the time. You always hold everybody's feelings. You come home and it's like on you and you help people. You should really look at, and I started doing Reiki on myself and I started doing all of this for my own healing. When I was, 19, even when I was younger, there was a lot of things going on in my life that it took a lot of healing to be done on a spiritual level that I didn't have in the human life, and that they guided, my spirits guided and saved me throughout my whole life. And so it was my husband that was like, you know what, I've seen so much great work in you and what you do with people. Maybe you should try now doing it for a living. And I never wanted to take money for it. I never wanted to because I thought, no, I have a gift and the gift is they're sharing their life with me. I felt like that was monetary enough. So it's a real balance.
Oh, that's great. I appreciate how much he's a supporter of you. I think that
I
we let ourselves be fueled by it in so many ways, right? I think we express and share more, right, with others, are more of service.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a website or some other place on the web where people can find out more about you and connect?
Yes, thank you. My website is www.roguereiki.life. And they can go ahead and find all their information on my distant Reiki sessions, my card readings, as well as the plant medicine that they can get, as well as doTERRA.
Great. So can you spell it for us? Because I think some people will have trouble finding it from just the sound.
Yes. Okay. www.rogue, ROGUE, Reiki, REIKI.life, LIFE.
.life. Okay, great. It's been lovely connecting with you. I'm excited to experience more of your work.
I'm so excited to meet you.
And thanks everyone for listening and watching. You can find out more about all of our events at mewefairs.com. That's MEWEFAIRS.com. See you soon.